Guys, welcome back to the Booth 2K, and it's time that we put away the Packers game. As bad as that sucked, and how bad it hurt, and more importantly, it's going to cost Dallas later on down the line, if not right now. But we got the Vikings coming up. And let me remind you, this Vikings team just beat Buffalo last week. In Buffalo. And let me remind you of something else. Our division rival, the Eagles, have already beat them this season. And the game within the game, yes, the Eagles signed Sue today. Because they need help stopping the run, just like we do. I know most of the help we need is on the outside, but I'd like to have signed him too. If anything, just to keep him away from a rival. It looks like those guys are all in. I don't know about Jerry. With this game coming up, we've got to commit to the run. Moore has got to call more runs. That was so stupid Sunday. It can't continue again if they want any chance of winning. And when they do pass, man, they got to have some better plays, better routes. It's embarrassing the kind of shit this guy does. Right now, Dak's at a point where you have to save him from himself. You got to run the damn ball. Got to wake up. Commit to the run. My God, it's time to get going. This is ridiculous. This is year 7. And this Vikings defense can be had in the run and the passing for that matter. They've just got to do the right things. It's going to be in Minnesota, so it's going to be really loud. Dallas can win up there. Cooper Rush won there last year. So it can be done. And I've got to believe Dak is better than Cooper Rush. I've got to believe that. I can't imagine it the other way around. He's just got to do better. He's not having a good season. The last good game, in my opinion, he had was against the Patriots last season. And they weren't considered a good team at the time, and we went to overtime. Of course, they turned it around, and they were in the playoffs. They got to commit to the run, man. How many times I got to say it? It's so frustrating. Some people were saying last week, uh-oh, it looked like the old Cowboys showed up again. It's not the old Cowboys. It's just the Cowboys. It's the same shit. It's got to change. Offense, just got to step it up this week. Because you know they're going to run the ball. So we need some time-consuming drives. And they can do it. They're capable of it. Pollard, this other kid, 34, and Zeke may be back. It's just a matter of doing the smart thing, doing what's right. Easier said than done with this damn coaching staff, right? And as far as defense, it's a broken record, just the same as it is on offense. To run the ball, on the other side, they got to stop the damn run. They got to tackle better. Just the basics, man. LVE, quit getting dragged down the field 20 yards. Michael Parsons calling some of the guys out. And he's putting the blame on himself, too. He's a leader, man. They got to follow that lead. I know they want the sacks, but people are committing to the run against Cowboys. And it all started with the Bears, pretty much. They were down, 14, 21 points at one point, but they kept running. And that should be a good example for our offense as well. Look what Washington did against Philadelphia. They weren't having a lot of success running, but they kept on doing it. And they had the W at the end in Philadelphia. So much for the undefeated season. And they're looking tough. You know, I know we got the Vikings coming up, but who do we got after that? On Thanksgiving, where we suck at playing now. Barkley. They got the Giants coming to town. And you know, the first time we played them, we won. But for some reason, they didn't commit to the run as much. And they heard it from the fans, from the media over there all week. And since then, they've really turned it around. So we've got our work cut out for us. A couple of weeks in a row. I mean, the rest of the season, because the blueprint's out there. But we can disrupt all that. It's all up to us. It's all up to our defense. And I've said it. I'm going to say it again. The offense running the ball. Eating up that clock. Getting bigger leads. And forcing the other team's offense to get out of their game plan a little bit. We're doing this same shit again where every team dictates how we play. We're not dictating anything. And here we are in November. I remember when Romo was here, we'd start sucking in December, but now we're starting to suck in November. We're getting a jump start on it now. And both those situations suck. Those years and what's happening now. Now, at the beginning of the season, I had this game as a loss at Minnesota. Have I changed my mind? No. I still believe it's going to be a loss. Last week, I had it down as a loss at the beginning of the season, but the way the season was playing out, I was looking at it thinking, like a dumbass, thinking they would beat Green Bay. And they didn't. But I've got this as a loss. I still have it as a loss. Hey, anything can happen. It's a week-to-week league, like they always say. And one thing Dallas is good at is being consistently inconsistent. So they may go down there and beat a team that they really shouldn't. And for some reason they're favored to win. Maybe it's because, Minnesota and Dallas are very similar. And say what you want. It's my opinion, and the numbers kind of back it up. Dak and Cousins have had very similar careers to this point. They need to go down there and find a way to win somehow. Because let's see. I already went over this game. And the Giants I had down as a win at the beginning of the season. I'm not feeling too great about that pick right now on Thanksgiving night. Or Thanksgiving afternoon, sorry. They need to commit to these things. It's a team game. They need to show some pride. They need to take control. Now's the time to do it. It looks like they read their own press clippings. The good shit, right? The things that are slanted their way. But when it's bad things, I guess they don't read it. Because they're just doing the same thing over and over. It's pathetic. Hopefully that changes Sunday. Hopefully they can start anew. Not the old Cowboys. Something new. They can always break out of it. Just because it's this way, and it's been this way for nearly 30 years, doesn't mean it's got to stay this way. There's a change somewhere. Everything changes. Hey, maybe it'll start Sunday. Let's hope so. Okay, guys. Let's go Cowboys.